And welcome along and welcome to this first look at Rogue River Valley. This is a map for Farming Simulator 22 by Poorboy and Catalyzer Industries. It is available for PC, Mac, PlayStation and Xbox via the in-game mod hub. And yeah, this we're looking at right now, this is the extent of the farming area, or the arable and animal farming area on here, because the real appeal to me of this map is this massive forestry area that we have on the other side of where we start. And I have to say, this is where we spawned in. I always start these first looks at the point that we spawned in. And it is one of the most amazing views I've ever had spawning into a map. I really, really love this. Now, looking at it, I think some of the surround looks a little bit based on Erlingrad for me. And certainly the viaduct in the distance looks a little bit like that. Which, kudos, you know, that is really good use of that surround from that map. I really, really like that. And yeah, the amount of forest on here is ridiculous. In fact, let me show you exactly how much forestry there is on here. So, as I was saying, this section of the map up here, which we'll get to in a little while, this is all of the arable and main farming stuff that's available on this map. This map does include 2 new crops, though. Both alfalfa and black bean are available on this map, which is really quite cool. I love that it's got extra stuff. It has a huge number of extra fill types as well, which we will go through a little bit later. And as you can see, there's a large number of productions on here too. So this is a very fully featured map. And I absolutely love that this is a forestry map with a whole load of extra features in it as well. As far as land prices go, and with what you already own as a new farmer coming into here, you already own 35 and 46, which is the area below us where we're standing at the moment. The most expensive areas, as you probably guess from looking at this map, are all forestry ones. 18 is 687. 884 for 16, which I think is the most expensive one. Yeah, just having a quick flick through the rest of these. So this area in the middle, this is the big expensive area on the map. It is 884,530. So it's still less than $1 million, which is quite cool. So if you're starting this on Farm Manager, you can buy this large logging area in the center of the map. There are other areas that you can buy around here that are a little bit different. So like you can buy the whole riverway down here, and you can buy several of these channels and these roads and things coming through here as well, if you want to own those bits, and those will tend to be fairly cheap anyway. So for example, if you've got this large area and you want to own 26, which is the road coming into it, and 24, which is the road slicing through it there, it's going to cost you about an extra sort of 50 grand on top of the main area. There's a couple of areas over here. I want to go and look at area 59 because that is an interesting area to me. Same with this tiny little patch down here, which is also this patch down here, which is farmland ID 5 between those two. And there's a few little bits and pieces in this map which hold some interesting little tricks and bits like that. So, as far as the cheapest goes, 16,000 for those 2 little areas, 4,700 for some of the farmland and some of the production areas around here. So, yeah, there's a really good start from scratch setup on here, whether you're going for a small farm in that top area, or even if you want to go for a forestry setup, because Farm ID 6 and Farm ID 3 are both just over 200,000, so will easily fit a start from scratch setup on this map. So yeah, let's go and have a drive around this map and have a look at it. We've got the TLX 2020 at the moment on here, which as you probably guessed is my favorite for doing a non-British map right now. Absolutely love 82 Square Studios work on this. And yeah, a lot of this is going to be driving through woodland because, as I said, there's a huge amount of woodland on this map. It does have a fully functional train, as you can see as well. We've got train tracks running through here, and we'll cross over the river. And yeah, it's a beautiful map, as most forestry maps actually are. They tend to have a lot of nice scenery to drive through. And, you know, sort of this deep into the forestry is really cool. I don't know where the best area at the moment to go and set up is. It's one of those things which I would have to go and have a look, because all these sides seem fairly steep. So the road down by the river very much is to do this. And I think this is one of the first areas, actually, where you've got extra stuff to do on it. So it looks like I think this is dirt or river dredging by the looks of things. And this is one of the things where, yeah, you see we run straight through it. I'm not sure, actually. That's an interesting setup there. I do know that there is an update coming for this map, I should say. So there are a few bits on it that I know people have got a little bit confused by. A few bits on it that Poorboy wants to change, and the update I do know as well will require a new save game if you do it. But yeah, I don't know what that is. There's an area down the bottom here actually that we can go and have a look at. I also want to talk about some of the extra features on it while we're going around here. So, new soybean, corn, sugar beet, and potato textures are featured in this map. Custom animal pens on this map as well. As I mentioned, train with sell points at the sawmill and carpentry. There's fairgrounds, which I believe you can, yeah, which you might be able to ride. Lots of off-road trails. It's set in Oregon, this map, so it's got Oregon license plates on it, and it also lots of sell points reductions. The tree weights are lowered to make it better for using the yarder with, so you're able to get more stuff on the yarder. So this map also done for working with the with the Platinum Edition. Yeah, it's set up for that. And yeah, an awful lot more stuff. And you've got areas like this. So there are these circles around this forest that have areas you can set up and do your start your forestry work from. And the trees around it aren't too bad. It's fairly steep. I would suggest having... Whoa, this gets really steep really quick. So yeah, I think picking your area on this map is going to be quite interesting. A yarder, I think, is going to be a must on this. You're going to want something to easily pull logs up these sharp banks when you cut them down. So yeah, I think a yarder on this map would be absolutely cool. In fact, I reckon you'd probably go from one side of the valley to the other with this. Now, I want to pop down here and see if we can work out what this point at the bottom here is. So just down here. Yeah, down there. Can you see it? I think we might have a sell point or something for the train. Certainly that seems to be... Yeah, that's a fill point or a sell point for the train. Can I stand on this? Yes, we might have to tab back up to our truck. But that's exactly what this is. So this here, now this here is exactly the point we were looking at earlier, I think. No, it's not quite. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is. We'll have to go to the other end, I think, and have a look. But that's really interesting. So that is a fill point for, I'm guessing, wood chip that's output from somewhere else on this map. Now looking up here, we could go down there, but I want to head back the way we came a little bit and have a look at this item the other side of the river that's over here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the river here, and I'm not 100% sure what that is. This here, though, we're going to go for a quick swim and over the river like that. So this here must be just to cool the train. Yeah, rent train for... Okay. So really interesting. I'm not sure what this is. Whatever it is doesn't have a collision. I can walk through it. But at the same time, I think it might be something that you might be able to get out of the river. It's really... Yeah, it's a little bit odd. So I'm not 100% sure what that is. I can't see anything in the description that tells me exactly what that is. Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange one, that. So my next point of interest is back around here and down the bottom of the forestry, and we'll head down there and have a look at what it is. It's a pity that Silver Run's extra trees and things aren't available for mod maps, because I think lots of mod maps would benefit from having those. That looks like a bridge made of containers, and there's lots of buried containers and things like that in this. So what I've come down here to have a look at is this over here, which I think is probably this is crude oil production. Oh wow. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly what we tip into here. Let's have a look. And actually, I mentioned a couple of extra crops in here, but looking through here and looking at the crude oil, so trying to find that, there's a lot of extra stuff that's available in here. Asphalt, tires, coal, dirt, gravel, sand. So you can see all the extra productions that are on here. This is a little bit of a mining map as well, by the looks of things. And is available on it's available on console. So those people who have been asking for maps with extra productions and extra mining abilities and things like that, here it is. Here is a map with exactly that kind of stuff on it. And so yeah, we've got crude oil production there, and then back up here we've got a whole load of extra stuff here. Now this seems to be loading area for stuff into... Well, that's a good question. It's where you load all of these bits for the railway. I'm not 100% sure at the moment, because they all seem to have offloading bits and no actual loading bits. And lots of it seems to be you drive along the railway a little bit as well in order to get to these places, which is interesting. Just watch out for the train. What do we got here? This Rogue River Woodworks. So this this is the furniture factory. So yeah, bring your stuff straight to here. And again, looks like you can load up the train here quite nicely as well. So lots and lots of stuff to do in here. I think as a sort of a next big bit for somewhere with lots of productions, lots of different stuff to do on a forestry map, this really strikes me as being very cool. I like all the extra features in this, all the extra productions, and to be honest, we haven't even scratched the surface with those yet. We need to get into the town and have a look at those. So yeah, let's come along here a little bit further, go across this covered bridge and take us out this way here, where we've got a yard. Oh, that's really nice. So yeah, we've got a yard you can start off with. Purchase this, get yourself all set up. I don't know where our main yard is on New Farmer yet, though, interestingly enough. Now this is a feature I absolutely love about this map. This is well, I think it started off as possibly a baseball field, but broken, smashed cars, ramps, and ramps made out of buried containers. This is a Bigfoot or a monster truck area on this map. Absolutely love that. That is a beautiful feature on here, and really, really cool. So if you've got a truck with some hilariously big wheels on it, then there you go. You can go and use that on here, and have that working. We'll head out across here. I thought that was just a drop off for the edge of the map for a moment, but it's not. That is water all the way over to the side there. So I really quite like that. It does have a few sunken trees into it, but otherwise quite happy with that. We've got some animals here. So these seem to be, yeah. Oh, so we've got horse paddock here. Now, I don't think this is an area we own at the moment. So let's have a quick look. Where do we own? So we are currently standing at the edge here, and yeah, we don't own this area. So this isn't a map where you have to buy the land to get the paddocks and things. They're already in there as owned by you as a result. And it looks like we've got a few of those kicking around here. We've got a place to request the train there. We've got a pallet co here. So this, I reckon, is probably for pallet construction, maybe. Yeah, here we are. Yep, pallet production, empty pallet production. So lots of new pallet productions and things like that on this map. Really pushing the production side of things quite nicely, which is pretty awesome. I do like to see that kind of thing, and the extra productions is always a cool thing, and lots of custom stuff. I mean, we've got a custom one there, that there, Rogue River wash plant, so that's a custom one. What do we got in there? I think this is the shop here, maybe. Certainly seems to be marked as such. Not a huge area if it does. No, maybe this isn't. It's one of those things where there's so much in this map, and looking at somewhere and going, oh, that looks like, oh, that's the tire center. So that's where you can sell tires after you produce them. How cool is that? How absolutely awesome is that? And I think this is a really nice map. So much time and so much effort has gone into making this something a little bit different. And I always like it when I come across a map that's trying to do something a little bit different and add something more to the game. We've got lots of sell points and things around there as well. So yeah, this town is just full of productions. And absolutely tons of them. Cody's Toy Store. We've got a sell point there at the Mexican restaurant. We've got a whole load of sheds and things around here. We've got an area of several productions around here. So we'll have a look at this. Ah, now this is the animal market is what this is. So I'm guessing that that is a sell point for bales, because that's normally the case at the animal market. And yeah, purchase point for animals. And then we've got a larger industrial area up here as well. Welcome to Rogue River Valley Wood Products and Rail Yard. So yeah, this is the main rail yard as well. So this has wood sell points and wood production point there, I'm guessing. Anywhere we've got a spanner, we've got a production point. So drying station. Oh, this is for planks. So yeah, that's for creating or drying planks, which we've seen before. We had those on whole macro. So yeah, lots of that kind of stuff in here. I think by the looks of things, the productions all have a next stage. So whereas on whole macro we had the planks and then we just sold them, here I think the planks might be used for other things, and it's really cool. I like maps that get you into productions like that. There's some maps that you know, you just want to farm, like Attingham, where I'm just farming it, enjoying farming it. A map like this, I think I'd get into the forestry stuff, and then I'd be in there doing a whole load of production stuff as well, because there is a whole load of production stuff to do in here. We have BGA there, so you could do some grass work and make some money that way. The bowling, the bowlerama there. And then down here, we've got the area of our farm, which we're going to go and have a look around in a moment. Another animal set up over here. That is the cows. So a nice big cow area by the looks of things. And then around this pond here, we have a farming setup with apparently everything in this barn. Well, let's open this up. Yep. And the barn is very much a drive-through barn in here. A couple of trailers, a few bits of kit, nice green Vulture Valmet. And then if we come out the other side, ooh, like that, we find more sheds and more farmyard. So it's quite a large farmyard for the land you've got. Lots of tractors on here with lots of different setups. So I think if you're coming in as a new farmer and you want to go into the forestry almost immediately, there's a lot of stuff you could sell and make space with. Nice big Mack truck, an animal trailer. I'd have to check, I think, and see if we start with any animals on here. We certainly start with a dog because he is running around out here. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, more stuff in here. So we've got our truck and a little John Deere UTV. This is a chicken pen out the back and our house as well. So, wow, there's an awful lot here in this farm straight off the bat. New farmer, you have no shortage of machinery at all. And I'm going to go and park this outside the house. It really is quite a good start area and quite a large farm. So let's have a look at the equipment we start with on here. And there's quite a lot of it, as you can see here. I'm just going to go through and list it quickly, and then we will comment on what you have. Small tractors, you've got the Fendt Favorite 515. You've got lots of medium tractors. So a Vulture 8750, a John Deere 4755, a John Deere 7810, and a Massey Ferguson 3670. Trucks, we have a Mack Superliner 6x4. Combine harvesters, we have a Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H. Cars, you've got the John Deere XUV 865M and a Lizard pickup 1986. Trailers, you've got the Load King Distinction Super B pull trailer and two Welger DK115s. Headers, you've got the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 490 header. Corn headers, you've got the Capello Diamond 8. Disc harrows, you've got the Agro Mass BTC50H. Seeders, you've got the Nordsten HK25 Plus NS 3030. Planters, the Kuhn Maxima 3 Till. Sprayers, the Hardy Mega 1200L. Fertilizer spreaders, the Breedel K105. Mowers, the Kuhn GMD 4411. Tedders, the Kuhn GF 8712. Windrowers, the Kuhn GA 4731. Forage wagons, the Zelon CFS 2501 DO from Straumann. Balers, the Kuhn VB 3190. Animals, you've got the Joskin Aquatrans 7300S water tanker. Animal transport, you've got the Flegel Noah TTW140. Front loaders, you've got three of these. A John Deere 643R, a Quickie Q6M and a quickie Q5M. Front loader tools, an Albert pallet fork, a universal bucket, and a round bale fork. Header trailers, the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 trailer. Weights, just the one, the Agco 650. And finally, in miscellaneous, you've got the Brockman MHAL 4320/35. That is a vast array of machinery for on here. And looking at the fields and where you start, in fact, yeah, where you start, you get one big field in field 11, and you get areas with pigs, cows, and sheep. So yeah, you start with the four main animals. You have the horse paddock, but it's not within your land. So there's quite a lot of animals you start with, quite a lot of grass you start with, and a large field you start with. I'm not sure though that it requires 4 of these tractors. 3 of them with front loader attachments on it. So I would say if you're coming in here, it's always better to have more than you need than less than you need coming in on New Farmer. I think I would possibly remove a couple of these tractors, maybe sell a couple of them and get a little bit of money in for your farm. I think if it was me, I would probably sell off the Fent and sell off the Massey. Go with the 2 John Deeres on the medium tractors. I think that would be really good. And then you've got the Valmet kicking around as well, which is a good size tractor too. So yeah, I think you could get a little bit of money in sort of selling those and redoing things a little bit. Otherwise, I really quite like the setup on here. It's really quite cool. Very nicely thought out with that. As I said, there's a huge amount to explore on here. So many productions to work out what they do and work out how they work. As I said, I do know that Poorboy Modding is making some updates to this, and the map should be updated in the coming weeks. So it's very playable at the moment from what I can see, and I think it would be a great map to have a go with. If you'd rather wait for the update, then that should be out hopefully in the near future. I'd go check out his Facebook page and follow that for further updates. Personally though, I think this is a really nice map. A lot of features to check out, a lot of stuff to work out what it does and have a play around with. I may be considering this as a map to move to after Silver Run, just because there are so many features and so much into it that I think we could have a very good time of doing some Forestry Friday stuff on here. So yeah, I think we may check this out. For now though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.